Fuck that fake shit, I ain't talking about sex toys. Trying to fuck this girl wearing corduroy pants. Turns out she's a cowboy smoking cigarettes. But if you know me, you know I still made a mess, boy. Think that may have been Rick.
Okay, I got an official way to start this episode.
Dude, your fucking farts, like, it's like you gave us corona. You farted.
Here we go, here we go. What? Me no conversate with the fake Rapcast.
Oh, okay.
Bitches.
Rapcast.
I just want a podcast. Rapcast. All my bitches flavored. Rapcast. Ayy.
Episode 10, bitch.
It's the worst intro we've ever done.
Where my grills and other ice pieces at?
Woo!
Nice. We made it. Double digits.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Who'd have thunk it?
That we'd have enough mental and creative energy to do this for this long. Usually we tap out of shit pretty early in our creative endeavors, but we're here. And we're very red.
Yeah.
Christmas-themed episode today. Our vinyl of the week is Rap Vacation Christmas with Mind Design and Owlie. A random Christmas lo-fi instrumental record I picked up one year. Kind of goes hard. We have a little Santa thing here.
Lo-fi. Dude, college is not treating you well.
It's been like 4
years.
years.
You look rough, man.
Oh yeah, I'm sweating already. I'm not healthy at all. But we're home for the holidays. There's going to be some more Rapcasts for more frequently in the next month or so.
Yeah.
And this one we don't have. We're going to get to new music at some point. I'm kind of just shooting the shit just to start it off. I like the intro there. How did you plan that out? How
yeah, I thought of that earlier. I thought of that a couple days ago. I was like, Rapcast, hey! I mean, it's been a thing in my one friend group, which is my only friend group.
Oh, okay.
Which you're not in.
Yeah.
Where we say that, you know, Rapcast. Or anything, any two-syllable thing we say in the tune of that part.
Right.
Because we started playing this Jackbox game called Joke Boat.
Joke Boat?
During the Zoom era, we started playing Joke Boat, so then we would always be saying over the Zoom, Joke Boat, hey!
Yeah.
And as jokes continue, you know, and then they stop being funny, and then eventually you're like, okay.
They come back around.
This is how I kill the joke, by doing it on the Rapcast.
Exactly, yeah, and they'll never do it again.
Yeah.
At least I fucking hope.
I fucked up the second bar of it anyway. Yeah,
well, what are you gonna do? Redo it? We're only about 30 minutes in, right?
Okay, fine. Dude, give me a second chance. I fuck it up even more. I'm like, Rapcast got the bitches on the... Wait, huh?
I have a question for you guys. Is there, like, a legitimate good rap song about Christmas? About the holidays? Like, there's some ones that are, like, good for novelty. Like some some old Snoop Dogg shit, or like even the Chance Jeremiah stuff. Like there's some of those songs are like okay in a novelty way.
Oh yeah, I actually do like the Chance Jeremiah.
I never
Christmas
really got
albums.
full into it.
I do like them, but that's just because I'm corny.
Yeah.
I can't deny myself that level of.
Put a little graphic that you're corny there.
Corn graphic, yeah.
Picture of Logic.
And it's funny because of how much we've hated on Chance since episode 1.
I know he's been on a losing streak for a while now.
I'm not offended by their Christmas their Christmas albums because I think they're
I think the only
cool.
songs that I saved off that are like Snowden and like Should Have Left You. But now that song is so
sleepers on it.
dated.
There's the one song with No Name.
I don't know if I know that one.
And there's a song with like Jingle All the Way shit or whatever, where they have Hannibal Buress on the
okay. I don't remember that. Yeah, I kind of listened to it once and that was it. Alright. Alright, you've lost your mic privileges all podcast. Josh will now be not doing any sort of thing.
That was I was working on my first ever job as in retail during Christmas hours. First day, Black Friday with no prior training. And anyway, that was another day. That was one of the days where it's like nobody was around. I was just walking around the store and they were playing that rap version of Jingle Bells. And I was just like, looking around like, what the fuck is going on? And
Yikes.
I had to record it and play it to you because
wow,
if I had to,
that was what a payoff, and what a payoff it was.
If I had to suffer, then so do you.
I'll put a timestamp so you can exactly skip after this part.
Well, too late.
No, that could be a running segment. Josh work nightmares of the 2 months that he had.
Because he's had many jobs with many different stores, but they've all only lasted about 2 or 3 months.
I've had many temporary holiday jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate all the. I think overall, to answer your question, no.
Yeah, there wasn't legitimately good.
And
one.
every year, on the little commercials, they come up with a new.
Yeah, the Old Navy
Jingle Bells thing, but
thing.
it's a Old Navy rap.
Yeah.
Like it's so shit.
Yeah, to me, like the Christmas songs would rap because rap is so tied with like being real and being authentic and like the not selling out. And doing a Christmas song is like the exact opposite of that shit. Is just purely for selling out purposes in a way. I guess Chance and Jeremiah, like, they might have, like, legitimate reasons to want to do that shit, and that's fine, but, like, it still will be seen it'll be seen in a certain light just because it's rap.
I think part of it is how, like, for any Christmas song to actually break through and become one of the Christmas songs, that kind of has to sound, like, timeless, or it can come from the song just existed forever. But since rap is a modern thing, it doesn't really... It immediately dates itself.
Yeah, if Travis Scott did a fucking Christmas song, it would be very much like this.
No one
year,
would be like fooled by that, being like, okay, this is one of the modern
I'm gonna add
Christmas
this to
standards.
this is White Christmas. This is fucking
that one right after
Christmas
like
or whatever,
the first Noel or whatever the fuck.
I watched the video the other day about like why there are no new Christmas songs, and a lot of it has to do with that. It's about nostalgia and like we listen to this song, these Christmas songs because. We grew up with them.
Yeah.
And so that's why there are no new ones. It's because, like, it doesn't have that same sense of nostalgia.
And there's people trying to do, like, the new Christmas songs you hear on the radio are, for the most part, covers of the old shit and people trying to reinterpret it in the new kind of pop way. Yeah. Which I always prefer the old shit in terms of Christmas songs in general. Like, the older it sounds, the better.
But
if it sounds like from the 50s.
Hate the old Christmas movies, which is interesting.
I don't hate them, but it's just, I just prefer... I don't want to watch the old Christmas Carol. Fuck that noise.
It's good, though.
Oldest Christmas movie I'll watch is...
Charlie Brown?
Charlie Brown, Christmas. Now, animated is completely different, too. Versus live action.
Yeah.
Live action, I can go even less further back than that.
You know, the more you talk, the more I think, all Christmas stuff just kind of sucks. But
it's all
because it's Christmas, you kind of have to watch it.
Yeah.
But it's not, like, nothing to really... write home about.
Yeah, like I was saying to my girlfriend the other day, like, this is the only kind of time of year where I will tolerate, like, just more basic pop, just, like paint by the numbers type music. Like, usually I'm not about that shit unless it's, like, some versions of trap, I guess you can make a comparison for.
I mean, be honest, when Mariah Carey, first played...
Yeah, it's a bop.
Tell me that the cockles of your heart didn't
I know.
Warm a little bit.
The cock of my heart was just erect from Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
I think you gotta go to the doctor about that.
Mm-hmm.
At work, they're playing we always bitch about the radio because they just play the most random, terrible shit ever.
Yeah.
And I was saying to people like, why aren't they playing Christmas music yet?
Are they not playing? Wow, I hear Christmas music everywhere.
Last week is when they finally started it, and I'm already starting to get really tired of it. Yeah,
exactly.
Because they play I hate cover. It's part of my fucking neurotic mind is that I can't. Process when I'm hearing a cover of a song that I actually like the original version of, I get so angry
that it's not the original
because they're just raping something that you love,
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure.
What they do.
No, everyone's heard a good cover, but overall, most of the time it makes you angry. It makes me angry.
If it tries too hard to sound like the original, then I'm like, why aren't I just listening to the original? If it's doing something new with the formula, then I respect it.
Yeah, and covers in rap music are very hard to come by. No one really does covers of other people's songs for the most. People interpolate, is that a word?
Interpolate?
Just bust out new words that you don't know what they mean.
Interpret?
No, there's some sort of word that, like...
Interpolate is, like, some music term where you put, like...
Yeah, if you're...
Fucking...
Yeah, you take someone else's bars, or, like, yeah, you take someone else's fucking flow or certain rhyme schemes from, like, way back when and use it for your thing, but no one really, like, covers songs in rap for the most part. The one I can think of that I prefer over the original in rap is Vic Mensa has a cover of Codeine Crazy by Future, and I prefer it to Future's version. Wow. Future's version is way too long. It is one of the better Future songs I've heard, but Vic does something better with it, and he can sing way better than Future, so I prefer
we should get that out of the way right now, that I listened to High Off Life recently.
By Future, okay.
Future's just really not for me.
No.
It really... Like, I always kind of liked him as a feature artist.
He has some of his
better verses. And the song
verses.
Life is Good is great, but I listened to this High Off Life thing, and I was really, like...
You weren't high off life.
No, I was like, this does not sound... I'm not on the right drugs to enjoy this music at all. Like,
yeah, like, a lot of the Future verses recently have been really good, where he just does, like, some crazy shit. The first example I could think of is the King's Dead. And it was the Slob on Me Knob, obviously. He's a
forever legend for that.
Yeah, and he did the thing on, was it Pardon Me by Lil Yachty, the whistling shit.
Yeah, that's my favorite song. One of my favorites off of Bow 3.
Yeah,
is that song.
And like he did another thing where he would, like, did some like crazy sort of vocal inflection on like a recent song that I'm like, okay, that's fire. But
I can't
shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
Stop the cast.
All right. He can't do good albums though, I don't think.
Yeah, no, in a way, I find him similar to Young Thug, even though I probably lean towards Young Thug a little bit more in terms of who I prefer. Because Future's is a little more bland to me. There's going to be some people coming at our throats for saying this shit. Our Atlanta audience is going to
Dude, we can't even go down to fucking... Not that we would ever.
Yeah. To fucking Magic City. Can't go down to that strip club no more. Or whatever the fuck they do. Another quick...
Oh, smoking this backwards.
Another quick Christmas song question. People on the internet, and I've seen in the past few years, have been very vocal about their hate for Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney.
Oh, man.
And I have a hot take, potentially, that I like that song.
Okay, first of all, the whole discussion is cringe. But
yeah, okay.
Now that I've dispensed with that, now let me give my opinion. The song is good.
The song is good.
Thank you.
Again, Anthony Fantano or whoever should just honestly grow up and just stop making... I mean, bro. Like...
Coming for...
What is he, 30...
Something.
4 or 5 years old. You're still making...
And what, you're 29, 30 now, right?
I'm 20... years old, okay? And it's okay because I'm still a child to participate in... stupid online memes.
Mm-hmm.
But this, like, it's such an obvious just drumming up comment kind of
a take
thing. But anyway, give me your take anyway. It's
just
it's
I
good?
just wanted to bring it up to see what you guys, because I thought I may have been crazy by being the only person that actually enjoys it. It is kind of annoying, like, after a while, but like
whatever. It's
cute.
Also based, it's kitschy.
Yeah, and it's based in nostalgia because I grew up with that song, listening to it during Christmas time. So there's that whole factor, which pretty much trumps all in terms of. I might have to bleep out Trump there. Trumps all in terms of Christmas music and what it actually like means. Like nostalgic, the nostalgia factor is so evident in that shit compared to like any other like kind of genre of music.
In terms of like the Lennon versus McCartney thing, I would have to say
well, that's for the Rapcast.
I just have to say like I enjoy both Lennon and McCartney's Christmas songs.
What's Lennon's Christmas song?
So This Is Christmas or whatever.
Oh, So This Is...
The one that plays with all the African children on the TVs and they're starving during the...
Yeah, because the African children thing, it does kind of just make me sad thinking about that.
Because it always played on the channel guide. I know, but on the channel guide as we were kids, it was always playing this. So whenever I think of that song,
I'd have to give it to Lennon
sad
overall.
Part
if we're gonna make a...
In terms of Christmas songs or just overall? I mean, I don't want to get too deep into this conversation. We have stuff to get to.
I'm just saying of those two songs.
Right.
Which one would you rather have playing constantly until you eventually go insane?
Yeah.
Which one would drive you insane faster?
Paul McCartney would probably drive you
yeah.
insane, just because the synth and the actual the beat of it is more like ding dong ding. It's like more
so
of a manic.
cheesy.
Yeah, it can drive you insane easier than War Is Over for sure.
I mean, overall, yeah, Christmas music kind of sucks.
Yeah, you listen to it for like a day. You're like, all right, I've heard all the ones I've needed to hear, and you don't have to listen to it again.
It's the same thing with Halloween music.
There's no
April Fool's Day music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There really is no other season that has like music for it. Halloween, there's like spooky songs that you can play during Halloween, but they're not like
you have
no
your patriotic
radio
songs you
stations.
play on July the 4th.
Yeah, there's no like radio stations that are playing Halloween type songs during Halloween. At least,
Well, there's the All Monster Mash All Day channel.
I fucking hate that fucking song.
It's garbage.
I don't like that at all.
Okay, flip this around. This segment was about to end. Now it's gonna go for another 45 minutes. Okay, how can you say that you don't fucking Paul McCartney cheesy Christmas song is okay, but Monster Mash is bad?
Because I grew up, nostalgia-wise, I grew up with Paul McCartney. I didn't grow up with Monster Mash, so when I heard it...
I grew up with Monster Mash.
No, so when I heard it as an adolescent, I'm like, no, this is trash.
Yeah. I just don't like it, because it's like...
It's not trash. It's Monster Mash.
We should get into new albums.
Yeah. True.
Let's
Catch up on music.
There's been a bunch. It's been about a month since we last did one of these.
It's been a while. We'll give
it's been a while.
Stained.
Was that Stained?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while.
I was going to say I don't know a single Stained song, but I guess I do.
That's the only Stained song anybody knows.
So is there...
We should start with 2 Chainz, because
Okay.
that's the one that came out, like, a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, I've had time to sit with that.
It came out, like, the day when we recorded the last podcast, I think.
Yeah, around then. So my thing with 2 Chainz albums now, it's not as good as the previous 2. I don't really listen to... I haven't listened to 2 Chainz for a long time. I've only heard, I think based on a true story, I've heard Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, which I really like.
Yeah.
Rapper Go to the League, which was pretty good, and this one is just a little bit lesser than that. So in terms of the 3, it seems like he's digressing a little bit through each project. There's less standout songs in each project. They're not like, none of the songs are like bad per se, but like it's just not as interesting as Pretty Girls Like Trap Music to me. That's my kind of overall take with it.
agree,
We can
like,
go through some songs, but
I was overall just, like, kind of disappointed by it.
yeah.
On the first listen, I was really like, what? That's it? Like...
Yeah, nothing caught me on first.
And there
listen.
isn't, like...
Even the singles,
hits and,
even
like,
the singles to the album were Moneymaker with Wayne, which is probably the weakest time that fucking 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne have collabed together. And then Quarantine Thick, which is kind of a cute song, I guess, but like it's so dated, it's gonna be so stuck in this era of COVID that it's almost pointless. And I think there was
it's not
some
even
other...
that good right now. It's probably it'll be worse.
Oh yeah, 100%. So no, I didn't think too much of it. I haven't really gone back to it that much either.
Yeah, like I listened to it a couple times when it first came out, and then not at all, and then I listened to it again today, just preparing for the podcast. And
I was gonna do that, but I'm like, I just
yeah,
won't.
really, it's like
because I know the songs that I like, so
it's not the worst album.
No, it isn't.
Because I know that feeling that you were talking about is where it's like it's an album where it's like it's not like there are no bad songs. It's just like but there are just no like standout.
This
songs.
one legit has bad songs though. Like,
Yeah, this one might. Yeah,
but yeah, really the overwhelming feeling I had from it was, man, I really want to listen to Rapper Go to the League now because it's such a better album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Lambo Wrist and Gray Area are decent.
I like Gray Area a lot.
Starters. Gray Area is pretty good.
What was that? That's one where he's like, young enough to fuck your mama, young enough to fuck your bitch, young enough. I like that one.
Yeah, old enough to be your daddy, young.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Maybe some sus bars potentially that we're not going to dig too deep into. Save Me, I think, is okay. I don't mind Young Boy on that one.
I really don't like Save Me.
Okay.
I mean,
save me from myself.
yeah, exactly that part is when I go.
I don't mind it. I think
it's bad
kinda catchy.
singing.
I mean, yeah, it's not great singing.
And who's that, NBA Youngboy?
Yeah.
Really?
Or Youngboy Never Broke, whatever the fuck he goes by.
I don't like that at all. Like, it's really just grained on my ear. Like,
no, I don't mind that track. Moneymaker is
like Moneymaker, literally,
or just forgettable.
2 Chainz or Lil Wayne usually like
brings out the best in 2 Chainz. They bring out the best in each other.
Lil Wayne can save an album just from like, okay, knowing that his feature is going to come up soon. Like, well,
there's some albums that I've tuned into that I would never have if it wasn't because I see a Lil Wayne feature. I'm like, well, I'll check out that song at least.
But in this one, he phones it in so much. Like, his verse is like, I get fat, I got the at, I got the bat, blah 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 that, I got the tat, tat tat tat, tat tat tat. Like, it's really, really like low effort. Disappointed. I mean, I like the musically. I like the beat and
I mean,
kind of a cool like.
And that's the thing is that like we both like the Call a Grove album, and they said they're gonna make a second one. But if it's gonna be songs like this, then they can keep it. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Knowing that things are not going like the right trajectory, in my opinion.
Yeah, for 2 Chainz, it seems like he's like I said before.
Can't Go For That is like okay, but
yeah,
it sounds kind of
forgettable.
wonky. I don't know. Like,
Feel Away, I don't mind with Kanye and Brent Faiyaz or whatever you pronounce that.
Yeah, that song's probably one of my favorites on the album.
Quarantine Thick, we already had our thing with it. Ziploc is
it's just corny.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, she's getting fat because she's in quarantine.
Like the beat is pretty good. Like some of his bars are kind of funny, but like it's not going to age well. I can tell already.
And I'm not really impressed by this mulatto.
Yeah, she didn't do anything for me, really.
Either. No. She seems like a Meg Thee Stallion Jr., who's already like a junior, who's like a Nicki Minaj light anyway. So, I mean, what's the need for her? Ziploc. I don't like Kevin Gates at all.
I don't like Kevin Gates really, but he's on one of the Mac Miller tracks that leaked with him and Earl Sweatshirt, and I'm like, how the fuck is this gonna sound? And it actually is a pretty fire verse.
I think I'm just gonna kind of avoid Kevin Gates.
Yeah.
It just seems like not for me.
Yeah.
Not my style at all.
Free Lighter with Lil Uzi Vert and Chief Keef.
I don't like.
I don't really care. I don't really care about it.
Tony was actually kind of
towards the end.
The album gets kind of good near the end.
Tony, Southside Ho, Vampire are all good tracks. YRB I don't like. And Wait For You to Die is good, and 55 Times is an okay closer, but it just doesn't have that many standout tracks compared to Rapper Go to the League, which has like Money in the Way and fucking Mama I Hit a Lick, Rule the World, Forgiven.
Yeah. $2 Bill.
NCAA
was my favorite song from Rapper Go to the League.
Like, I Said Me.
We said that so much in our...
Like a $2 bill.
Just me and my buddies would always be like, yeah, I'm rare.
Yeah.
I'm rare.
Yeah.
I'm rare. Like a $2 bill. But this one doesn't really have anything that, like, I want to listen to a million times at all.
First for the Rapcast, I'm getting a tissue because my nose is running.
Dude. Bro, you look like fucking Robin Hood with that haircut, man.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with my hair today. I had a shower and it didn't sit right. But I'm not a pussy and I'm wearing a toque to cover up my bald spot, so...
Damn it. I really walked right into that one and I have no recourse.
I have long flowing hair even if it looks kind of like shit today.
Yeah, those last couple songs on the 2 Chainz album are... That's when I was listening to it today, re-listening to it.
And those what stood out
and I was like, oh, so there is actually some subject matter here and there's some content. Or his whole story about how, like, he had a neighbor who thought he was, like, robbing him or who got, like, robbed by somebody and they thought that it was someone connected to him or whatever. And that made him think all about, like, life and shit like that. And there was some... insight into life and talking about his life experiences and how he came from nowhere and stuff like that. And that's why I had to be like, okay, well, I should be a little bit fair to 2 Chainz.
It's not like a terrible album, but it's just not... It's kind of just forgettable. Like, I don't really... envision myself coming back to it that much. If a song comes up on shuffle, like one of the better songs, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, it's a good song, but overall, not that strong.
Didn't come up on. I didn't put it on my phone, so that's.
Oh wow!
That
not
says
even on
something.
the phone.
Well, lately I've been just listening to it on YouTube a lot.
Yeah, now I have the actual. Now that I'm on Apple Music, I have the actual fucking privilege to just put shit on my phone.
Okay,
so.
here's the update.
No, there's no
Apple
update.
Music.
There's no update. I've finished it. It's been done for a while. Yeah, I'm done with it.
Congrats.
Thank God.
You don't have to hear about your fucking phone problems anymore.
Oh, you'll still hear about my phone problems because it's still a piece of shit phone. But you won't catch me with an iPhone. Run the Jewels song came out from the Cyberpunk game that we listened to yesterday.
You sound like the whitest dad ever.
Yeah.
From the Cyberpunk video.
Yeah, the new PS5 Xbox Series X exclusive title.
Everyone's talking about it.
Oh man.
Here's our take.
You can make your dick big.
Oh,
that's it.
So funny.
Small?
Now video games are for virgins. Rap music is for chads.
Nice.
Okay? Down with video games. Except for GTA.
Yeah.
And NHL 06.
We have 3. We were going through organizing our basement here. We have 3 separate copies of NHL 06 for GameCube. Right. One of them probably still works.
In my opinion, every Canadian home should have at least 3 copies.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yours doesn't, because I think all those are yours.
Look,
I'm not Canadian.
When we take over,
I'm Dutch.
When we take over the country, that's gonna be our first man.
Yeah. Oh, are my knees cracked there, ladies and gentlemen?
Okay, Russ and Ab-Soul song. What a weird combination. The two of them.
I don't find that weird, because
no, it wasn't.
They're both
crazy weird,
kind of pretentious. Obviously, I favor Ab-Soul. I'm a pretty big Ab-Soul fan, and I don't like Russ. But this was the first track that I've been like, okay, I could tolerate
now
Russ.
Ab-Soul is pretentious? Explain.
He is kind of pretentious, yeah. Just like some of his bars are like, well, not even pretentious. This isn't even pretentious, but he's had multiple bars about potty, going to the potty. And I'm like, okay. He has some
Girl, let me put my mouth where your potty, boo.
Yeah, no. Even as a...
She was a phony goalie.
Even as a young kid liking Ab-Soul, I tried to get into it, but I'm like, this verse still isn't the best thing in the world. He has some kind of weak lyrical moments, but also just some over-the-top, completely, like, fucking quadruple entendre fucking lyrics as well. So there's a good enough balance for me for that. But yeah, he is kind of pretentious all about his conspiracy theories and Niribu and like all the whole alien shit and
Nibiru.
Or fucking whatever the fuck it's called. I'm not a virgin fucking r/conspiracy fucking shit.
Well, so what the heck is with this disrespect of Ab-Soul, man?
I'm just saying he's a bit pretentious. I mean, so is Gambino. I'm willing to say that, and he's like my favorite fucking artist.
Okay, right.
But I really like Ab-Soul. Russ is way more pretentious than Ab-Soul. So to me, having Ab-Soul on this track makes it. If it was just Russ, I'd be like, okay, it's Russ track. It doesn't sound the worst.
We wouldn't have listened to it at all if it was just Russ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
Because Russ is just bad, and I don't like him. But here's the thing, like, he's just mid. Like, there's nothing.
Like, he can rap. His production is okay. Is like not bad, but it's just it's honestly his personality that's just so unappealing. Like.
To me, it's not just his personality, but listening to this song was heartening for me because to know that, okay, like there really isn't much here. It's just very, like.
I heard you snickering at a few bars that he had.
Yeah, but then when Ab-Soul came on, I was like, oh, this is what like real rap is actually. That like, you know, Russ made he made a Jennifer Garner reference.
Oh, that was bad. That one was bad. Yeah.
But like getting
Jennifer, I garner her attention. Like, fuck off, man. I remember because we were saying
that was
like,
bad. I guess, but I did snicker at it because just hearing it for the first time and putting it together, like, haha. But on the second listen, I was like, oh, Russ just has a couple of references to actresses and and then Ab-Soul comes on and is like asking questions about philosophy and like doing all this, you know, next level wordplay that is also. Even in the verse, Ab-Soul says something about like, you know, what is art shit, but then he's just like, just shut up and rap. That's what it's about. Like,
yeah.
So I think he's kind of aware of this pretension angle that you're.
Yeah, because I remember before we were saying, like, before Russ even stepped onto the mic, we were all just like, we already don't like it just because he had his man bun and the glasses and the sweater. Yeah. He just looks so fucking much like a douchebag. I don't know. Don't judge a book by its cover, but in this case, the cover is the same as the fucking book.
Like
so
that, I watched the music video with you guys. He looked like the dude at the party who would bring his acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
It's that douche.
Yeah, it's just kind of really basic. He's just basic to me.
I mean, that's
why I feel good being able to just write him off without like feeling like I could be missing out on something that's actually good.
Well, the new EP that he had, which has this song on it, has like features from like Benny and like Conway and some other people that you like.
Oh, fuck, man! Now these people are gonna.
So
just because of the level of clout he has in the game, like,
and it has like a bunch of notable producers as well on this one too. So I don't know.
Man.
I mean, I'm not gonna listen to it, but just saying that he might starting to become more in your world than you want him to be.
Right when this podcast drops, he's gonna become even more famous and take more of the game. And he's featured on every album I'm trying to listen to. Like, I keep having to delete all the Russ songs. Why does everyone like this Russ guy? He's just not
like right now with Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Except he has some decent verses.
I don't feel like Lil Baby's really shoved down my throat too hard.
Well, he's on literally every fucking album, pretty much.
Not really the ones I listen to, it, I guess. Or is he?
I mean, maybe more so last year, probably. Not as much this year, I find. But, like, for last year, I was getting sick of fucking him and Gunna being on every fucking project. Yeah,
it's more Gunna. I don't really...
I like Lil Baby more than Gunna. I would still never listen to a song with just one of them. It would have to be a song with a feature or them on a feature. Like, they're not strong enough to carry a solo shit, in my opinion. But
look, guys, half the rappers we're afraid to listen to because we don't want to have our worldview too shocked and broken. We want to stay in the world where Schoolboy Q is the best rapper ever.
You're on a Schoolboy Q kick today. I don't know what it is.
I'm just realizing his influence. Ever since I started wearing bucket hats.
True.
That's where I should have worn a bucket.
You have a bucket. You got it last summer, right?
I wore it like once.
Yeah.
Did not fit.
There's probably an old bucket lying around here somewhere. Think about the Rico Nasty album. Because
Dude, should we call up Brad? He's a big Rico Nasty fan.
Sure. Well, do we want to get like just our basic opinions off of it right now? Because this is my first Rico Nasty project. I was really excited because of the singles. And I'm kind of surprised that you two both, or Josh listened to most of it.
I listened to, I wouldn't say most of it, I listened to like some songs.
And you listened to all of it. And I was surprised because when I showed you guys the Oh For Real song, you guys didn't have much of a reaction to it. I'm like, okay, so it'll be a thing that I'll just listen to and I'll talk about for a little second on the podcast. But I'm glad that you guys did listen to it. I liked a lot of what I heard on the project.
Same.
It just goes hard. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, she's crazy and wild, and she's got energy, and she's emo AF.
Yeah, and the production from like fucking Take a Day Trip and the 100 Gex people are produced on it, and Kenny Beats and shit are all like perfect production for her. The only songs that I find like weaker on it would be like the more poppier ones.
Those are the ones I didn't like.
With Gucci Mane and Don Toliver, I didn't like that much. I don't like Pussy Poppin' that much too.
I mean, it's not really for us.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. It was. I just felt weird listening to it because I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that one. So.
Well, it's weird how it's like you have all these angry songs, and then the one that's about
fucking hard,
and then you're like, pourquoi? But I actually put this shit on my phone, so no,
it's good.
You know that I'm not just trying to be somebody here. I really am a Rico Nasty fan now.
Yeah, no, me too. This solidified. I'm a solidified Rico Nasty fan now.
But yeah, my main favorite songs are Oh For Real.
Yep.
Shut the Fuck Up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smack a Bitch.
Oh, all right. What do you think about the remix though? I prefer the solo Smack a Bitch with just her. There's the remix with a bunch of people that are trying to sound like Rico Nasty, and I'm pretty sure are all just OnlyFans girls. Like, I don't think any of them are actually rappers. I think they're all just people that she
Oh,
OnlyFans people that she wanted to get on the song.
Like, oh, they're all OnlyFan girls. Like,
dude, by the time we got to Smack a Bitch, because the remix comes up first.
First, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the remix with the more than the.
Oh wow, no, I like the. I'm so glad they kept an OG version of just her because I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to this fucking other version.
Holy what?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I listened to that shit and I was like, this is amazing.
No, I don't.
Fucking. I can't even do an impression of it. Like the real thing is.
All the other people just seem like. No, it just sounds like so many Rico clones. I just want Rico.
Yeah, okay.
That's my opinion.
I don't know. I was listening to it and I had the biggest fucking grin. I was at the Walmart buying some shit and it came on.
Talking about smacking, you just smacking up everyone you see in the fucking Walmart.
Yeah. The point is that me and Brad were listening to this album last weekend or a couple days ago. And he was telling me all his stories about being like a security guard during these COVID times, and he has to like direct people around and shit. And sometimes he has people who like don't want to fucking do anything that he tells them to do. Mm. And so he finds himself listening to this shit all the time, like, thank God I didn't have to smack a bitch today.
Yeah. Just angry, let your aggressive shit out. Yeah.
Because he's had it a couple times where he had to be like, get out right now, like, and that's have to use like his authoritarian voice. Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny picturing him working this job, and then it's like Rico Nasty and all these like all these crazy OnlyFans girls like dancing around her, like they're all totally in like all the emo
all the crazy fucking
crazy outfits and shit.
Yeah, the shut the fuck up video is exactly what I was picturing.
Yeah, and then it's just Brad on his lunch break, like listening to it, like man.
Eating a ham and cheese sandwich with the crust cut off, just like yeah, man, it's fire. My favorites are Candy, Check Me Out, iPhone, Shut the Fuck Up. Back and forth, me and Josh were talking a little bit about this, the one with Amine. How it says on the thing, it doesn't say featuring Amine, it says with Amine, because it sounds like an Amine song with a Rico Nasty feature that probably should have been on the Amine Deluxe, which we'll talk about as well.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty much, because Amine did the hook, he did the verse, and then Rico had a verse. So it didn't seem like a Rico song.
Yeah, it was more his song.
It says on my phone featuring.
Okay.
So
on my official Apple Music guaranteed
Shut the fuck up.
fucking version, it says with, so. Which is interesting.
Check Me Out, yeah.
I like Girl Scouts, I like Let It Out.
I don't like the song iPhone that much. Really.
What? Oh man, that's my favorite fucking song on there. I love that song. The 100 Gex shit.
No, it just sounds like she's just totally doing 100 Gex stuff.
Yeah, but I fuck with it.
No, I don't like it.
Wow. 100 Gex hater, I'm gonna fucking...
No, but it really sounds like watered down Money Machine, but with her.
No. Is it better than Money Machine? Probably not, but I
don't hate it. I don't hate it, like, but
no, I would love to have a whole Rico Nasty album just like that, like a 100 Gex produced Rico Nasty album. I think that'd be fire.
I generally don't like the super high pitched up voice rapping, unless it's Delusional Thomas.
You made an argument for Tyler.
Tyler. Some people they've done it decent job with it, but
I wouldn't even say she's high pitched there. It's just a fucking. It's like a new. I don't know what the even genre is called. Like, it's like some sort of new pop wave type of fucking genre.
Shit, I don't understand at all because I'm too old. But but whatever. Moving on from that song. Back and forth with anime or Amine. They don't. To me, they don't really mix that well. But it's an okay song.
It's not my favorite off the project, but I like it.
Yeah, Let It Out's great.
Don't really like Loser with Trippie Redd that much.
No, I don't like Trippie Redd too much.
I really want to like Trippie Redd, just because his voice is like interesting enough, and he's had some really good features in the past before where I'm like, okay, I can see myself getting into him. But just everything most of the stuff, the majority of stuff that I've heard is just not good. So
yeah, I'd say probably like 25% of his shit maybe is worth listening to.
No Debate is okay. Pussy Poppin' I don't like.
Yeah, Oh For Real is probably the best song.
That one's that's up there. Tenfo is pretty good. Yeah. Own It is okay. Smack a Bitch, I like the solo versus the remix, but we have our differing opinions there. But yeah, I think she's probably my favorite female rapper. I guess I could say that. Even though I've just been the one album, just because like I don't generally...
Yeah,
like in terms of rapper, like I love a bunch of R&B vocalists, female vocalists, but in terms of actual rap shit.
Yeah, I think she's got the most like aggression and the most like, not just the most aggression, but the most bars and the most talent out of the female rappers that I've heard. Then again, I don't really listen to that much of it, but I think Rico stands.
The thing that stuck out to me was just that it like I find that just with all this hip hop, this shit that's mass produced in the culture, like so much of it just sounds like it's just nothing and no personality or
she's got a lot
nothing unique comes out.
Yeah, she's got
and that's the feeling that I get from so many of these female rappers like Meg Thee Stallion or Mulatto or these other people, where it just all sounds very safe and very like nothing about this person's real personality shines through.
Yeah.
Whereas like I feel like I kind of know the Rico Nasty a little bit. They're the type of people that I've met in my life that are kind of like that.
Not to pit female rappers against each other, because there's a whole debate about that. But
well, it's just because we really haven't reviewed a female rapper on this podcast yet, right? Though. So we're actually feminists now, and we're
all gonna start taking off our shirts.
Yeah.
Free the nipple.
Free the nip. But
I think she's got she stands on her own. I think that she's got talent, and she's got
and she has a vagina.
She's got like a good amount of
great point.
She's got good bars, and overall I think that like she is definitely a force of her own, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Speaking of Meg Thee Stallion, she also dropped her debut album, Alex, called Good News. And there's a song called Circles on there, so I already don't like it because it's a Mac Miller.
There's too many songs called Circles.
Post Malone one that sucks too. I listened to the one song with there's one song with Big Sean and 2 Chainz that she has on there, which is okay. I don't hate it. And there's one song with Young Thug that I like, just because the beat is it's kind of like an iPhone type beat or 100 gex type beat that I really like, and Young Thug carries it. But I didn't listen to the rest of it, and I won't.
Yeah.
And I know you have a strong opinion on Megan Thee Stallion, so we'll leave it at that.
Megan
Thee Stallion.
Well, it's not really about her, but just kind of what she represents about the music industry overall.
Okay, so you're a Tory supporter. All right, cool. I was just painting. No, I was painting that narrative just
because I'm thinking back to when we called up Adam.
Yeah.
We should call him up right now.
No.
What do you think about her new album, bro?
He's all the way out there in Quebec, and that's a long distance call.
We read out like how many fucking sales it got.
Yeah. We just try to fucking heat him up. Just try to make him as angry as possible, so he doesn't say some
pop a blood vessel,
inflammatory shit, and then we can get his whole career canceled because he's the better rapper between all of us.
Dude,
probably the best.
Well, that would be the long game. We would keep that concealed for keep it in our back pocket.
Yeah, I'll cut this out. So I listened to Cali Uchis. We don't have to get too far into it because I know you didn't, right?
Holy, what, are you listening to all female musicians?
I'm just listening to the stuff that I wanna.
Dude, you changed.
What? Just because I respect women?
Yeah, that's how you changed.
No, you don't.
No, but I haven't got around to listening to it yet because I'm learning Spanish so I can better understand my girl, Cali.
Yeah, I was very hesitant going into this because I really liked Isolation.
Me too.
But I was like, I knew this album was going to be mainly in Spanish, and I'm like, I really have trouble getting into music that isn't in English. Like, the only other artist I have on my phone like that is Higher Brothers, Chinese.
Yeah, Chinese rap,
just because they're so funny, and it doesn't even matter what they're saying. It's just the way they're saying it. It's hilarious, and it's hard as fuck.
And Diaper Boy.
And Diaper Boy,
Korean rapper.
He's hard as fuck.
New single out now.
Dick so huge, yet reach the ceiling. No fucking kidding, these nuts always hitting. I'ma eat every day, live every night, kill it all, slay quick, no one really here to try it. Fanny Pack coming up, yeah, we came to take your lane. We invade like the space, got a grin up on our face.
7-Eleven 335. We'll play it at the beginning of it. We'll shove it down your throat as much as we can. But this album kind of changed my opinion on that shit because it really brought me, like, I don't care that a lot of it's not in English. Like, I just really enjoy musically all of it. And it's probably her best, like, actual singing. Like, the singing is better, which I don't even think could happen because Isolation was so good. Like, she fucking kills it. There's some songs that are kind of duds or that kind of just, like, sound like some, like, Spanish kind of, like, pop song that I'm like, whatever. Yeah. But there are just some really... I prefer, like, a lot of the slower songs, a lot of the more ballads, where she can really show off her range. There are a few times, though, where she does this kind of weird thing where she pitches down her voice. Just kind of doesn't really sound like her anymore, and I'm just like, I don't really get that. I'd rather just have her singing the way she does. But yeah, no, I really enjoy it. And I'm excited to hear more shit from her, even if it is in Spanish. So, thank you for breaking
the one song on
my language virginity, I guess.
Bro. The one song on Isolation that was in Spanish was the one that I didn't like at all.
Yeah, me too. I didn't like that one, so I was very hesitant going into it.
Okay, if that's a whole album of that, then nah. I don't know. Maybe I'll listen to it when I get around to it, but
I recommend it. Yeah, I mean, for the reasons I just said, I don't think I should have to say any more.
No, redo the whole
Alright, so when I was 16, I got my first erection.
In Spain.
Yeah.
And ever since then...
Yeah. In front of the Sangre Diaz La Familia Hotel, or whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. So getting away from anything to do with woman, let's move on to... Did you listen to No Ceilings 3, Lil Wayne? Hosted by DJ Khaled? Mixtape?
No.
Okay.
Well, tell us about it anyway.
I mean...
I listened to the new... Did they put more songs on the Funeral album? Or what?
Yeah, well, they did a deluxe funeral thing, but that was like months ago, man.
Oh. I thought that was still on the thing from that. I didn't know there was a new Lil Wayne album either.
No. No Ceilings 3. He has a song with Drake. He has a song with Young Thug. He has a bunch of songs with just his kids are rapping on beats, and I'm like, these will be going off my phone right away. Because it's just the kids, and I respect it, I appreciate it, because he's putting his kids on, and it's kind of a cute thing to do, but it's not I'm actually going to they're not good. It's not like I'm going to listen to it ever again. So I took those ones off right away. There are a few other like kind of duds that aren't as good. I'd still say overall Funeral is the better project. It has more standout tracks. But this has some bangers. And this album is also kind of... You guys are old heads. You're like 24, 25. 24. You're going to be 25 in May, right?
March.
I'm like 35, actually.
Yeah, you're 35, pushing 40. I'm 21 right now. I'm going to be 22 in 8 days. I don't like that. I don't like... That's an old age to me, 22. And it solidifies it because this album... There was a lot... Because No Ceilings, he raps on like very prominent beats that are that were popping this from the year. And I didn't recognize like shit. I recognized like 4 or 5 tracks.
Now that you say that, I did hear a couple of these songs. Because he did a Laugh Now, Cry Later.
Yeah, I did a Laugh Now, Cry Later one.
Yeah.
Which I prefer the Drake one to this one.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Because
it wasn't very good at all.
I liked it. It was
kind of clever how he...
Yeah,
comes up with totally new words, but it just
follows the same pattern.
Same pattern.
Yeah, and Drake is a better singer than Wayne, so it's just like I prefer the Drake version. But there are many times, like I know it's corny to say, and people say it during all of these mixtape releases, where it's like it's Wayne's track now. Like who what 21 Savage what? No, it's Wayne's track now.
All the comments of them.
But there has been so many times where I do prefer the Wayne version to a lot of these songs. But like this album, I think I recognize like maybe one Pop Smoke thing. I think the Life Is Good song with Drake and Future he did the beat on, which I do prefer the Lil Wayne song to that.
It's just basically, at this point in his career, he's redoing Drake songs.
Yeah.
Like,
and just doing them in his own
cheapo
style.
I don't know. I'm not as big of a Lil Wayne fan. I don't show up for these like.
Well, you listened to Dedication 6, and we both really like that mixtape.
Yeah, but I don't have these things on my phone, so I don't really remember them as much. They kind of just fall by the wayside.
Right. And I didn't listen to much of No Ceilings 2, because it was all pretty much auto-tune-y, and it was like just not as good.
Auto-tune-y.
But Lil Wayne, or No Ceilings 1 is probably my favorite Lil Wayne mixtape. Lil Wayne?
Just start the whole podcast over.
Alright, play that part. Rapcast.
Wixtape.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, if you want to, I can. I can recommend you the good songs on the album if you want to listen to it. But Funeral's still probably the better tape.
No, I think I listened to it the one way through when I was like having a shower.
Right, that's not the best time to listen.
So
to
everyone picture me naked.
Okay,
I'm sitting there in the shower.
Moving on.
This is Lil Wayne.
Corday has a new song out, but y'all don't listen to that because y'all ain't woke, so I'm gonna skip that. Lil Yachty Deluxe.
Remind me about which were the deluxe songs that came. I mean,
yeah, let me see here.
Because I saw that and I thought it was a whole new album, and then I was.
Well, 8 songs, you know. Little EP mixtape. The deluxe thing, I have a little bit of a take on the deluxe shit that I want to talk about before we even get into this, because deluxe albums are becoming way more of a kind of like almost a given in some rap albums. A lot of trap albums this year kind of started with like Lil Uzi, like kind of revolutionized it in a way because he did it as a whole separate fucking album and called it a deluxe. And then I think like Nav did the same thing, and like some other rapper did the same thing, and like Revenge of the Dreamers had the deluxe. That was a whole album as well.
I really went the wrong way with that Lil Uzi one because I put Eternal Atake on my phone and didn't even listen to the other one, and then everyone said that the other one was actually good and Eternal Atake is trash.
Oh no, I have the opposite. The other one's trash. Eternal Take has at least some good songs.
Oh, okay.
It has like no features on it, but it has like some decent tracks. But the other one, I didn't save a single song.
I thought it was the other way around officially.
That's what people say, but I am a hipster.
Oh, okay.
So.
But I don't like Eternal Atake really at all, except for Futsal Shuffle.
I don't like that
song. Good song.
Oh no, I don't like that one. I like the one where he samples the fucking old Windows pinball machine music. It was fire. I think it's You Gotta Move. I like that one. But anyway, deluxe shit. Yeah, I don't like how
there were some okay songs on
how the deluxe people are putting the deluxe now like on the intro of the album. So now instead, when you go back to Funeral or Limbo or Little Bo 3, the first songs are now the deluxe songs, and it kind of ruins the intro to the album.
Yeah.
I guess the other alternative would be to put them at the end, which would fuck up the outro of it. But I would just kind of rather have it on its own thing. I don't want it within the album. Like,
just do the Kendrick thing and put out the Untitled Unmastered.
Yeah, I'd rather just have it its own separate thing. I don't like that it's tacked on to the intro or beginning because then it ruins the flow of the actual album. And plus, usually a lot of the deluxe songs don't add like too much to the album anyway, and don't like fit as much as the like fucking standout tracks do on the other albums. So
like deleted scene, watching the deleted scenes in a movie, they're deleted for a reason.
No, there are some good, still really great tracks.
They're still like good things, and they add to it. But they're still good like moments, and they're good scenes or they're good songs, and they add to it. But at the same time, there's a reason. Like if you take them out, then it just like an album.
You don't really miss a step, but there are still some songs like you could argue for like. Some of the I don't know about the Funeral, but even for Limbo, that like some of those songs you might prefer over some of the other songs, which we'll talk about. I guess we'll talk about after this, but yeah, the Little Boat 3 Deluxe was Little Diamond Boy, which I liked. Flex Up, which is the Future and Playboy Cardi one that you've probably heard.
Oh yeah.
Flex Up, Stretch Out, Big Bands, Whoa.
Yeah, that one was pretty good actually.
Coffin, which we talked about before, and then the rest. Certified and Charmin, and Just How I'm Feeling I could go without. In My Stussies is the one with Vince Staples is pretty good. And then I do like the song Asshole with Oliver Tree.
I didn't like that one at all.
Oh, wow. Hater. You just don't like... You don't like Little Bo 3, and I don't really understand why, because I do really like it. I don't think it's as good as 2. And
I would say TD and Pardon Me, and Oprah's Bank Account. And Range Rover Sport Truck. The rest of them...
No, there's so much more.
The rest of them could... Actually, no, I like Black Jesus.
Yeah, no, Top Down, Walking Stock, Split, Black Jesus, Can't Go, Lemonhead, West Side, Till the Morning,
I just don't feel half of it. I feel like with Lil Boat, like... Or Lil Yachty, Lil Boat...
Pick a name.
Album.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain that. He has an album called Lil Boat.
You're still talking about
which
the first
is
one.
his only really good project.
Great, my favorite Lil Yachty
the whole way through. Where
I
it's
think
like
Little Boat 2 is a great project too. It's a great trap album though.
In my mind, everything else that he's put out is hit and miss. But
yeah, Teenage Emotions was
maybe
pretty trash.
4 or 5 of the songs can be salvaged.
I think the majority of Little Boat 2 is salvageable.
I actually forgot about Teenage Emotions and how I pretty much enjoyed most of that project. As well.
No. Go back to listen to that. That's the one where you like save like 6 of the songs and then the rest are trash.
Okay, but that's how I feel about. That's how I've pretty much felt about Lil Boat since.
Okay. No, I guess
his fucking name is.
You know, because I think Little Boat 2 has a lot of standout tracks that are. Like, for me, like Little Boat 2, there's maybe only like 4 or 5 tracks that I get rid of.
The song Mickey with Offset.
Yeah, Self-Made, Boom with Ugly God, Oops with 2 Chainz.
Oh yeah, I was listening to Oops. Oops.
Count Me In is great. She Ready is great. Love Me Forever. Das Cap.
Oops.
Pop Out. NBA Youngboat. Mickey. Flex.
Okay,
Baby Daddy. 66. Yeah, there's some great songs on there. Little Boat 3, yeah, it wasn't as good as the first 2.
The trajectory has been, in my opinion, kind of generally going down.
Yeah, it has been a little bit, but I still think this album's it's not going to be top 10 in my list for next week. Don't get me wrong, but while it doesn't have that many standout tracks, I think the majority of it is pretty concise, is pretty enjoyable for me. There aren't many like just absolute trash songs on here. I deleted maybe 2 or 3, but the rest are at least just okay. So that's my kind of opinion.
Yeah,
I know we have the kind of differing opinion on that, but because we never really got to talk about Little Boat 3 when it came out, just because I listened to it like right away, and then you took a while to listen to it, and by that time I kind of had forgotten about most of it. So
yeah, I think just with like Lil Yachty is like, you know, he's not like a super lyricist kind of guy.
No, of course not.
That's really those are the artists that I really prefer listening to more often.
100%.
Are the lyricists or the non-lyricists?
The real lyricists, like
Right.
Action Bronson, Benny the Butcher.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no,
Conway and
they're
shit like that.
they're on their own
Those
level.
are those albums that I'm really listening to a lot, and then these other kind of poppy stuff, I'll kind of just have on rotation for a while, and then it'll kind of just be got on my phone, and then maybe I'll find it, you know, way later, and I'll be like, oh
yeah. I mean, I guess that's just kind of
okay.
Just in terms of like a preference, like a difference of preference, because like I can think that Little Boat 1 is like a 9 or 8 out of 10 album, and still not even touch anything that Kendrick has ever done, because there is so much in their different leagues.
Yeah,
that like
true.
it could still be a fantastic fucking like Culture Migos, like it's a fantastic trap album, but it won't touch most of the other lyrical shit that I listen to. So it's a different.
Peekaboo.
Yeah. Well,
Play with that pussy like Peekaboo.
It was a Little Boat track, but
it's just so funny. Yeah, you're listening to that, and then
How
Much a Dollar Cost?
Yeah, You by Kendrick Lamar. Just
followed by Play with That Pussy Like Peekaboo.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of like I don't know, like I can enjoy both of them to equal extent, but in my mind, I still know that like I overall prefer lyrical shit, but I can still think that a trap album is a great album, even if it doesn't come anywhere close to.
I think Lil Yachty is just harder to like defend to people.
Oh, for sure, but I'm up to the challenge of trying to defend Yachty most of the time.
I just don't like his voice.
Just because, and compared to all these other like trap artists, like I think he's just more interesting than a lot of them. Like, at least he was, at least at the very beginning. Now he's kind of more traditional trap shit, but he's still, to me, he's still more interesting than. Like, he's still probably one of my more favorite trap artists. Like, who else do you have? Like, Migos, who have kind of fallen off too. Like Uzi Vert. I prefer Wayne over Uzi any day. Or fucking Yachty over Uzi. And, like, Future and Young Thug. Like, all these... I prefer Yachty over, like, most of them.
Yeah. I think 2021, I'm just going to listen to Lil Dicky and Jack Harlow.
Oh, yeah.
Now that they've pretty much become the same person.
Yeah, true.
It's like... I feel like... that's transitioned into Jack Harlow album, which I didn't even listen to.
No, yeah.
And you didn't either.
But I heard the song with Big Sean.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
And I'm kind of just like...
But now I find... someone said this, I think, on Twitter, so it's not my original thought, but like that Jack Harlow is like who Lil Dicky like thinks... Or Lil Dicky is who Jack Harlow thinks he is, or... Damn it, you know what? I completely fucked up the joke, but...
I understand what you're trying to say.
You know what I mean? About how it's like... Jack Harlow is like Lil Dicky, but with no joke. Yeah. It's just like he's actually trying to be a rapper for real. Yeah. But Lil Dicky has to do the whole comedy shit to have enough confidence.
I still think that Lil Dicky is a better rapper overall, just technically. And even lyrically, like he has some serious songs that are better than most of what I heard from Jack Harlow, so...
That's what I'm saying. Is I feel like there's just this ceiling for Jack Harlow where
you're either Little Dicky, Macklemore, or fucking Mac Miller. Like it's just like people are always comparing. That's why I'm kind of like
it always goes down to this white rapper discussion every time.
But people were more comparing him, at least from what I saw in this album, to Drake more so than anyone. He seems like a Drake light, just like all the like in terms of like. A lot of his songs on this new album just kind of sounding like Drake ripoffs.
It's music for like frat guys or like you know.
Which kind of makes me mad when people are like, "Oh, he's going to be the next Mac Miller because he started off with more frat poppier shit, and now he's going to progress into more like serious shit." I'm like, what evidence do you have on that besides that they're both white? Like, what kind of like what do you? From what we know, he has no previous fucking like. Experience with doing anything other than like this type of rap music, so I don't really get that comparison, but
yeah,
I guess time will tell.
I'm kind of happy that I ended his career on the podcast last week.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and then he puts out this album, and pretty much the reaction from the internet has been
pretty mid.
Basically panned it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's basically I'm starting to realize the power that I have on my influence on this industry. Mm-hmm. The next rapper that I'm going to predict their downfall is
Come on.
Doja Cat.
Okay.
She's going to be over within... Doja Cat's going to have 4 more months of fame.
What? Barely even making it to 2021. No, I think she's got another year at least.
That's me trying to do a hot take. You're right.
Speaking of Jack Harlow, I do want to say that I listened to most of Static Selecta, who's a producer, his new album. Features from like Joey Badass. There's one song with Conway the Machine, Killer Mike, and 2 Chainz that is really good.
Nice.
Yeah, a few more on there that are decent, and one of the ones that I actually saved is a song with just Jack Harlow, and it actually is like not a bad song. Like he's actually talking introspectively over like more of a boom bap beat, and actually like, all right, you know what, it's not bad.
Damn.
And that's not very corny.
Maybe I'll have to give this Jack guy a chance.
No, I want you to stay in your lane, and then when he eventually does become a good rapper, I'm gonna have that over you. I really want that to happen. So.
Damn.
Well,
I didn't luck out with G-Eazy. I tried the G-Eazy train. He fell flat. So I'm.
Have you seen this new white rapper Black Bear?
Yeah. Well, first of all, he's not new, and he's not a rapper. He's a R&B guy, singer. Yeah, he's been
pretty cringy.
Yeah, he's been making shit for a few years now. I've heard his name.
Well, he had the big song about the hot girl with Bummer or some shit or whatever.
Oh, lame.
That was like some kind of TikTok music or whatever. But now he put out some new song with G-Eazy.
Oh yeah, I did hear that one, and I'm like, this is fucking
and it's
awful.
Like the video is like the two sad white guys.
Yeah.
Like, and they both kind of have like they're like those specific kind of black hair, slick back hair kind of white guys.
Yeah. Except one's just way more tatted than
the other.
Except
the one is more emo and
yeah.
But they both just look really like a bit much, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really a fan
Slow
of
down.
Black Bear.
I saw it on a couple people's Spotify gift wraps, and I was like a little bit like, oh, you like that? You're kind of lame. Did you have any of those? Did you see any of these I mean, that was like a thing going on social media like a week ago.
Yeah, I saw them. I don't really have
Spotify
much to
gift
say
wraps.
about it, really.
It's just a lot of people, like, you see their top 4 people, and it all kind of makes sense, and then there's one that's, like, way out of place. You know,
true, yeah. And it can really, like, paint the picture of the person. Like, you see that, and you look at the profile picture, and like, okay, alright. I got you down to a T. Like, I know exactly what you're about.
Yeah. Anyway, let's stop talking about Spotify. We keep giving them free press.
And the Amine Deluxe as well, he dropped. Me and Josh talked about it a little bit. Just how, like... Yeah, kind of the same sentiment with, like, the Little Boat stuff, how, like, it doesn't really add too much. There are, like, some really good tracks on there. There are a few, like, kind of more ones that aren't as great. A lot of it's, like, more so, like, just kind of trappy.
I do
just
like
more trap shit.
I do like... How many new songs are there?
Like 7?
I think there's like 6, maybe.
Something like that.
I do like half the songs. Like I thought. I can't remember.
You know, Mrs. Clean is good.
Mrs. Clean's funny.
Zack and Cody isn't that great.
Nah, I didn't like that.
He did a song called
yeah,
Zack
with
and Cody.
Valet, who's a Chicago rapper. A song Gelato, which is kind of repetitive, but I like it.
I didn't like it because the hook was just too repetitive for me. I couldn't.
Gelato, 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 gelato.
I listened to that one, I think.
It's so
It's a
I'm
feel
like,
good. It's a feel good one. I like that one.
Hasn't there someone?
Had a gelato track already.
Someone's been doing gelato too much. It's a word that too much of a rap word, you know, like.
It's ice cream.
But it's a word that exists mainly to be said in rap songs.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's pretty much as like weed. It's like a new weed slang.
Oh.
Because he says gelato, I'm smoking big, because it's green. That's the only detail that they're that they share in.
It's just there's
similarity.
certain words that I don't like and I'm tired of hearing.
Yeah.
And gelato is one of them.
Talk with Saba is good. Chicken I really like. That's probably my favorite one. Buzzin' and Solid. To me, Chicken, Buzzin' and Solid all could have replaced Mama on the album, and I would have been okay with it.
That's such a funny sentence. To me, Chicken, Buzzin' Mama could have replaced my dada. And that's Amine for you.
Yeah.
Overall, I wouldn't like. I would go back to the songs, but I don't think. I think that's particularly "Buzzin'" would, even though it's a good song, it wouldn't have fit on the album because I was telling this to you before about how it would feel like would be repeating himself over and over again. Like on the album, there's a lot of songs about love and like R&B vibes and relationships. I feel like if he had "Buzzin'" on there as well, then it would have just been like, okay, like you're kind of like repeating yourself, and I'm like,
yeah, he couldn't have really had Buzzin' and Easy in the same project and gotten away with it.
Yeah, I feel that's the thing about like albums just in general is that you don't really want to you really don't want to repeat yourself on an album. You can repeat yourself like in certain like have like similar themes throughout different albums.
I mean, you can have multiple love songs on an album, but just as long as they're like not like too similar.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I can't remember the name of it, but the one where he kind of talks about being an interracial relationship is much different from Easy. Yeah, Becky.
Yeah.
So that one slides with me.
Yeah.
You listen to the Kid Cudi album, right?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I didn't. I have not listened to a single Cudi album except for Kids See Ghosts, if you want to count that. I just haven't really wanted to.
Yeah.
Have you? What's your experience with Kid Cudi? Have you listened to like his
I
old
haven't,
shit? Or
I haven't really listened to his albums. He's kind of his own weird genre of music. Not really like a rapper kind of guy. Mm-hmm. But he kind of croons and hums and mumbles and sings his own kind of weird way. Yeah, like listening to it, it kind of had to grow on me. By halfway through the album or so, it started to finally I started to get it a little bit, and I was
this is
like,
a pretty long album, right? It's like 18 tracks, something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty long. The first half of it kind of sounds a little too like it all just kind of sounds like one big song, or that it's one big idea. But the first song, one of the first songs, "Tequila Shots," is pretty good, but it doesn't really feel like it's turning into much anything until like halfway through. There's actually a pretty good Trippie Redd
Really?
feature,
Huh.
which made me reconsider hating Trippie Redd.
Like we said, 25% of his shit goes. And the rest of it...
And he fits well with Kid Cudi because it's like Kid Cudi kind of invented this whole style like
of
10 years ago
shit, yeah.
of like more emotional, vulnerable kind of rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the sort of pioneers of that whole style.
Yeah.
And like
sure.
Travis Scott and like Trippie Redd and some of these other artists like really were sort of birthed partly by the things that he did. And now he's coming back to the style later and working with them, and it actually which is kind of cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
How you see his own influence.
Yeah.
And people going different directions with his, you know.
Mm. Yeah, because as much as I don't really listen to Kid Cudi that much, it's you can't argue his influence on rap in general. Like, you wouldn't have gotten 808s without him either.
Yeah.
Which then created a whole fucking new auto-tune shit. Like, that would change what we see in rap. So, you know, shouts to Kid Cudi.
Yeah, I mean, halfway through it, there's there's a song with Skepta and Pop Smoke, which is pretty good. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, it gets like near the end of it, it gets more like emotional, like all this kind of emotional sad guy kind of music. It just kind of sounded like nothing for the whole first half of it, but then listening to it for long enough and getting into the vibe of it, I kind of had a breakthrough when I was first listening to it, where I understood the whole emotional depth to it and how it wasn't just this, you know, cheesy sad guy shit, but it is actually manages to capture the whole, like, his whole
struggle with mental health that he's had
struggle that he's having
publicly for a while now.
Yeah, in a way that isn't like, you know, some fucking cheesy shit either. There's a song with Phoebe Bridgers, which is good. Yeah, and it ends. Yeah, overall, but I'm probably not going to put it on my phone, to be honest, because
it's not like for you, or that style isn't really just.
I'm not really a Kid Cudi guy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have space for him in my. You can only have so much shit on your fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, true.
I can't be into every rapper.
Yeah.
But I have to at least give them a fair shake. You know.
Yeah, I think with Kid Cudi is like the people who are talking about how it's like the best thing in the world and album of the year and shit like that are the people
wrong. They're wrong.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the people that are the people that grew up with him more so, and like have been listening to his albums for years, like those kind of Kid Cudi fans, like me and you, people that are just trying out this album just to see how it is or whatever. I don't think we're gonna really come out of it really having much more of a fucking like or respect of Kid Cudi. Maybe respect, but like we won't change our opinions much on him because we haven't been listening to him forever, like a lot of his fans are.
I think I listened to Man on the Moon 1 like
way back when.
But it didn't really penetrate through. But yeah, if I had heard all of his albums up to now, I could definitely have a much more intelligent take on it. But right now, I'm still sort of a novice to. This week was a lot of listening to rappers that I don't know the whole backlog of, like Rico Nasty and shit like that.
Yeah, I think it is kind of pretty important, at least for me, to like try to at least, you know, once in a while try to get into some new artists. And then usually like once a year it works. Like where I'm just like, okay, I found like last year was like Guap Dad 4000. This year Rico Nasty. You know. Yeah. Speaking of Guap Dad, we watched that one Alpha video, which was pretty funny yesterday, with some guy named Pac-Man or something. Can't remember his full name. Yeah,
I've seen that guy. He's like a big fat dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny video, man.
White face. Is it because of the white face?
No. It's because of the fat guy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Right.
Fatness is funny.
Yeah, I'm here for Guap, for sure. Real quick, I also want to mention DJ Scheme, who is Ski Mask, the Slump God, and was XXX's like DJ and like producer.
Yeah.
He put out his own album, features with like Joey Badass, Lil Yachty is on there a bunch, Ski Mask is on there a bunch. And it's pretty fire. There's a few songs that are pretty good.
Damn.
I think that's finally fucking it.
All right.
I mean, we can.
You want to wrap things up, or
We still have some quick news if we want to get to that.
I mean, what really happened? Yeah.
Well, a bunch of Lil Wayne shit, because he pleads guilty to federal gun charge, could face 10 years in prison. He won't. He probably won't, but he might face some jail time, which is kind of concerning.
Fuck, man.
He also sold all of his masters to Universal Music Group for $100 million, which is kind of a strange move, because he's still making music. He put out 2 fucking projects this year, so selling his masters is kind of a weird move, because people are doing this now. Taylor Swift and I think like T-Pain and like Bruce Springsteen are starting to sell their masters for a big lump sum instead of like trying to get back. Or I guess Taylor Swift was like the opposite of that, but you're starting to see this now where instead of like taking royalties from all this shit like through a certain period, like yearly or whatever, you're just selling it all for a big lump sum. I think maybe this might relate to the gun charge, and also I think his former manager is suing him for $9 million because of the whole like legal shit that happened with Birdman a long time ago. Apparently he didn't get enough money for that or whatever, so he's also being sued for a pretty substantial amount of money. So I think this may have been a move, just been like, secure your cash right now because you don't know what the future might hold. So
damn, I don't know what to think about that.
I mean, you know, pray for Wayne. He's because he's been in jail before, but also like he's had a bunch of health scares and shit with lean and stuff. So
yeah, pray for Wayne. I don't really have anything to say about it. I mean,
hopefully he doesn't face jail time, but he pled guilty, so he might. I don't know, but that might be him trying to. I don't really know how a lot of the legal shit works. So
basically,
because there's been so many rappers that have had gun charges, like Young Thug, that I never saw any.
Or else you'll get shot.
There's so many rappers like Young Thug that have had gun charges, like not hundreds, but like a bunch of gun charges that have never seen jail time, just because like, you know.
From what I understand,
from
what I understand about, at least in America, the way the legal system works is that if you plead guilty, you can actually get a lower sentence.
Right.
If you plead not guilty, then like you're gonna get
and the thing is,
it's almost like a gambling thing. It's like, are you gonna like just like take the L, take the money and run, or like?
And from what I read, he pled guilty and is now facing a 10-year charge. So if he didn't plead guilty, I wonder what the fucking amount of time he may have been facing. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll get some updates about that soon, so we can figure out what the fuck's going on with Wayne.
That's crazy.
Lil Yachty has a new cryptocurrency called Yachty Coin. This was fucking funny. Chance the Rapper being sued. Another L for Chance. He's being sued by his former manager. Did you hear about this story?
No, but I'm happy about it.
Because his manager pretty much told him like, "Yo, the big day sucks. Don't put it out." And then he fired him for it. And then Chance is now blaming him for how fucking piss poor it was like received and shit, and how he like sold no tickets for his tour and shit. And the manager is now suing him because like, bro, or I don't know what like the actual details of why he's suing him or like for what money wise, but like apparently the story is like Chance like pretty much freestyled most of the big day, and he took all his legal advice and like all his music advice and pretty much all the advice from this album and from this kind of new era of Chance from his father, who doesn't know shit about the music industry really. And this is the manager that he's had since 10 Day. Like, this is his, like, OG manager. And Chance fired him because, like, because his album didn't sell well, which is another fucking huge mark on Chance's character, in my opinion.
I mean, Chance just needs to, like, really admit that the album was bad. And it was your fault. And just... Yeah. He's really not dealing with it well.
Well, and the thing is, because he released that one new track with Jeremiah, I guess not with Jeremiah, but for the new... Merry Christmas Little Mama album. It was called The Return. And so I think he kind of he's trying to be like, oh, it's the return of Chance the Rapper. He's back, kind of. He's trying to go with that play, but it's not really anything much of a song. It's kind of just, you know, it's okay, but it's just not like.
It's like the videos like them at a Christmas party.
Yeah, and I guess the flow was pretty, you know, kind of like almost like acid rappy kind of Chance, but like it's still just not that great. So. I don't know if there is even a chance that Chance will even come back from this shit. So, another nail in his coffin, in my opinion, this whole shit.
I think it's just at this point it's more fun to hate on him than than to like want him to come have some crazy comeback.
Because he's just taking so many L's. Like all for the past like 2 years, he's just been taking L's, and it's hilarious.
It's hard to be a Chainz fan now.
I mean, no, you can still love Acid Rap and Coloring Book, and
I'm just saying,
parts
like,
of 10 Day.
I'm just saying, like it's
how should the story resolve him? He should go on SNL.
He'll be the new Steve Harvey. He'll be Family Feud guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I feel like we already talked.
I think
about
you
that.
had said that in an earlier podcast.
But now my new theory on him is that he's gonna put out another album that's terrible, then go on SNL the week later, and he'll get booed.
Oh, that would be crazy.
He's hosting the episode, but he'll get mad that he's not the musical guest. Like, what? I can't host and be the musical guest? It's like, sorry, Chance, no one wants to hear your performance. And he'll get all upset, and then it'll lead to a whole beef with Childish Gambino or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who should he beef with? Vic Mensa again?
Yeah. No, they already did that. And Vic is even more of a L story than Chance. Even though Vic put out a decent project this year.
It's like, I feel like Vic Mensa sort of... He's not in as much shit because he didn't get as big.
Yeah.
So... Even if he didn't kind of embarrass himself by putting out a punk rock album,
and a lot of his more recent shit was bad. Like the tape that he put out this year was more of a return to form, and there is a little bit more of a chance that he can reclaim some of his
more of an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Chance is just a fucking nosedive right now. Like I don't see him coming out of this shit anytime soon.
Well, it's gonna be fun hating on him.
Yeah. Pusha T album is going to come out in the next 90 days, he said, produced by Kanye and the Neptunes only. So, new Pusha T in the next 3 months.
Bro.
2021
I'm excited for new Pusha. T, that is.
Yeah.
And that's the T, sis.
And that's the Rapcast for you. I'm looking into the camera even though I know it's off and it's not recording anymore.
And I'm looking at my penis. It's huge.
So I can now scratch my balls freely and no one will ever know.
Except for now that you told them.
Well.
And I'm standing up.